You get it right, Mutt. See, that were a bite, as it just pulled it back then. No, when they shoot under like that, you know damn well you might not as well bother because you're not going to get them. Not when they whip it round like that. It's something you get better at it, but then you have days when everything you know don't work. And you think, well, what the hell do I do in here? And the people who can suss that out, the people who make a living out of fishing and who win matches and fish for England and have great lifestyles and all this, basically what fish are doing, they're just grabbing hold of the end of maggot, nipping it, and then when they burst it, they all come round and have a little suck on it and what have you.
I see.
When you get a proper bite, it just goes under and don't come back up. You know, and I don't know. You can. I did a shotting diagram and how bait falls through water. I sat with a bath full of water and different flows, different ways of shotting them up, and I did like a sort of pamphlet. A lad who was supposed to be with us this year, he owns an IT firm, and they were going to make it into a little booklet for kids. And last week when we came, we found out that fish didn't like the bait stood still. What they wanted, it were falling through. They took it when it was falling through water. Got to get it going through water as natural as the bait that you were throwing in. You'd never hit any of them if you lived to be 1,000. Jean came up, and last 4 pegs weren't catching out. She says, can you sort them out? And I went, and all I did was alter the shotting so that it actually fell. What they call shirt button style. Put them all equally spaced so it falls through water as natural as you can get it. I went from one to other to other to other, and within 5 minutes we're all getting a fish a chuck. I've seen carp down at Ravenfield. Bear in mind some of them are over 50 years old, and there'll be a patch of bait on bottom, corn, hemp, you know, pellets and that, and a boilie in the middle. And I've seen carp swirl round over it, right, go round and eat every bit of bait that's moved and leave the one bit that didn't. Big pond at Ravenfield, right, our first carp I ever caught on there, it had 13 hooks in its belly, and when you hit one they just bolt like mad. I mean, the first one I caught, it stripped 70 yards of line off my reel before I stopped it, and it had got 13 hooks in its belly. The disturbed rig, so your float was under, so you literally hit underneath side of carp, and carp bolt, they go mental. Now on the lake above, everybody carp fishes, and minimum is 11-pound line, and the carp behave in a totally different way. What they do when you cast in carp lake, they realise that everybody is using big lines, and if they get hooked, that's it. So they'll pull a bit, run a little bit, and then literally give up.
Right.
And in the next pond, they behave totally different. Well, I mean, if you've worked with kids, you know what that is. And the thing is, they say, I thought I caught on something. The thing is, they said they've only got a memory span of about 3 minutes or something like that. Now, how can a fish learn that? You know, they'd forget it after 3 minutes. But yeah, every carp in big pond does it. I know, I've caught most of them. You know what I mean? And that carp, it's probably, we know for a fact it's been in since at least 1970. So, tried everything under the sun. Hemp, corn, maize, tares, bunches of maggots, bunches of worms. And I've seen it actually swim down to the bottom when it's been clear, look at my bait, and just swim off. And you think, how does it must weigh about 30 pounds. And you think, how on earth does it get that big? What the hell does he see?
Yeah.
No. I've just put my tackle up for sale today.
Are you going to pack it in?
I fell out of love with it.
Oh.
1,500 quid's worth of tackle I'm selling for 500 quid. To be honest, I enjoy this immensely, but I mean, I spent the last 20 years of my life working with kids.
Yeah.
And it was only when I came back, started coaching, that I realised how much I missed it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. And I don't have time, because I have to tie out rigs and we do repairs.
Yeah.
And with meetings and this, that, and other, and you know, things like that. I just don't have time to spend 9, 10, 11 hours on bank. So my fishing consists of like 4 hours when I can grab it.
And that's not carping, is it, really?
That's not carp fishing.
No.
And I just thought, well, and somebody's offered me a pole, which is £2,500. He bought it recently. And I'm one of these, if I do out, I'm going to do it right.